I think seeing these panels that we had sort of worked in our sort of 3D model for months and with a contractor, and had eventually gone to see them on off-site, and finally one day kind of seeing the truck delivering them, and them going, I think the facade, the front facade, all the panels went up in I think in a few days, and it was just like it was such a really quite proud moment to be involved in that process. And also when the windows sort of came in, and the whole facade sort of become this sort of alive building, which yeah, it's quite I think this is what architecture is about, isn't it? Just seeing the kind of finished products and yeah, making sort of these conceptual things become reality. So yeah. One of the big challenges, the building was in the heart of the conservation area, and obviously we had to work very closely with the planning consultants, but also the planners and the heritage officers as well. But I think our approach to also the context is really understanding it from a historical point of view, from architectural, buildings around the area were dating back from the 1830s, but also later in the kind of 1900s and 1960s. So they actually all have the kind of very different history and language. So the building had to kind of respond to all of those sort of three typologies around it, and actually try to almost sort of marry up. And part of the key kind of strategy was sort of to connect the two buildings to the side of our building, and kind of create a bit more harmony in the streetscape. And actually putting something that would be a bit prestige just didn't seem the right approach. It would be something that would be would stand by its own by itself, and therefore be quite something contemporary, but would very much sort of borrow and some of the characters of the surrounding context. We basically had three main materials. We had the sort of the Portland, the precast stone, the Peterson brick, which was quite a pale tone color, and then the balustrades and windows, the Schueco profiles, which were had this sort of the metallic kind of brassy tone. And it was really, I mean, it was it's a small building, so it really trying to keep it down to three materials just made sense rather than overloaded, and really just trying to play with those, and then depth and the shadow in the facade. And I think it's what perhaps it didn't show is sort of we had a whole range of photographs of how the building changed throughout the day, because it's predominantly northwest sort of facing. So when the sun doesn't hit it, it tends to be, look a lot more whiter, whereas as soon as sort of catch some of the western sun, it sort of becomes a lot more warmer, and so it does change throughout the day as well. And the windows do sort of start to flicker as the sun catches them. So I think it's quite a lively facade in that sense. I think we're probably a bit surprised because just how small, it's quite a modest little small building. So I felt it was so great to win awards, and this is becoming quite a important kind of award, and so we were quite humbled to get it, and it was really nice to come and also present some of the ideas and thinking that went into it, and to some of our peers. So it's quite proud. They produced fantastic, manufactured products, and I think more and more we see that I think the dialogue that with them is improving, and it's becoming even places like this, and the kind of the events and the forums for discussion means that architects can start having a discussion a lot more in detail about the actual the details of the products, and whether they're appropriate or if there's more bespoke versions to be done for certain projects. So I think and it's something that I would also like to be a bit more involved in as well. So in some of these events, which I think are great. So yeah, it's looking good.